Hello friends and welcome to Tech with TG, the show where we talk about technology बहुत अच्छे से in depth जाते हुए. And the moment we started the show, over time हम देख रहे हैं कि हर हफ्ते आप में से बहुत सारे लोग you are connecting with us over social media. In fact, TV पे भी the viewership is going crazy. और इसी से मुझे याद आता है because in the beginning I just addressed you as a friend. आपके कितने दोस्त हैं? Maybe 500, maybe 1,000, if you see different platforms. Well, I have multi-million friends that way. But अगर आपको कभी emergency में phone लगाना हो तो किसका नंबर याद आता है? Maybe you have 3 or 4 contacts. या अगर आपको कभी 500 रुपए चाहिए हो उधार कहीं बाहर पेट्रोल भरवाने के लिए तो उस 500 में से I'm not sure how many would show up. So basically speaking, at times, we kind of generalize the term friend in a very common way. तू मेरा भाई, मैं तेरा भाई, हम दोस्त and all. So let's just ask Google the real definition of friend. What is a friend?
Here's the definition of friend. A person that you know and like, not a member of your family, and who likes you.
Okay. So basically, सबसे पहले we need a mutual affection. आप पसंद हो और आपको कोई पसंद करता है तो मतलब if you have this mutual affection, पहला point ये, and second point is not a part of your family, basically someone from outside of family. अब अगर आप इस definition से भी देखोगे तो for example in this room right now I have more than 20 people here. सुबह से लेके शाम तक हम दिन साथ में गुजारते हैं. We share a lot at times, we are utilizing basically all of us, the most productive hours of our life, together. But सब तो मेरे दोस्त नहीं है और I'm sure मैं भी सबका दोस्त नहीं हूँ. You get what I'm trying to say? Basically, दोस्ती या friendship जितना हम casually at times ले लेते हैं उतनी है नहीं. And if you just look at the world's biggest group of friends, directly or indirectly, if you combine all the popular social media platforms together, the number comes to more than 4.48 billion. Basically, the population of India and China combined उससे भी कहीं ज़्यादा. और आज अगर आप सोच रहे हैं कि why I'm going this deep, क्या मेरा दिल टूटा है या कुछ और हुआ है? No, that's not the case. Actually, I'm talking about social media. Who, what, why, when, everything about it so that you get a better idea and you get onto all these platforms responsibly and stay there happily. My name is Gaurav. I am your host for Tech with TG. जल्दी से आगे बढ़ते हैं. चलिए शुरू करते हैं. Every single tap on your screen or a click if you using it on a computer, आपको लगता है कि आपने बस क्लिक किया है, आपने बस कोई चीज सेलेक्ट की है. If you have liked some photo, if you have followed someone or whatever tiny action that you have taken, it's just that one small thing. No. Behind the scenes आपको नहीं पता कि the scale is enormous. यहाँ पे we have tons and tons of data. Basically, it's your digital twin who's doing all these activities online, and I must tell you, Facebook alone creates around 4 petabytes of data. In fact, more than 4 petabytes of data every single day. The way it works, the way this data is analyzed, different algorithms running in, cloud computing, maybe you have some, big data analysis going on, AI, machine learning, multiple things. And यहाँ पे आपके एक क्लिक से ये सब कुछ हो रहा है. If you just think about it. All the fun lies in the art of personalization, of knowing us better. In a nutshell, if I were to say, Google knows where you are, Facebook definitely knows who you are, and Amazon and Instagram definitely know what you want. मतलब बात चाहे हम करें targeted ads की, or if you talk about the kind of appropriate recommendations coming your way, the idea of all these platforms it's just to keep you engaged in the loop. रात के अगर 2 भी बज रहे हो और अगर आप कोई एक वीडियो देख रहे हो, the next recommendation is definitely something that you can't miss. And what happens? आप click कर देते हैं और 2 से 3 बज जाते हैं. So this is kind of the art of personalization जो सभी social media platforms, they employ on a daily basis. And this is not just done by some person sitting inside the offices. This is all controlled by some very smart algorithms. Algorithms जो flag कर देते हैं if you trying to post any inappropriate, photo or a video, you can't do that. At times on, majority of the platforms, you can't even use cuss words because वो flag कर देते हैं, they are smart enough. But just think about how smartly they try to create this kind of nice environment for networking. Think of it as a big hive. और जब आप साइन अप करते हो, which is usually very easy for you to do, you just create a small cell inside that hive, and the more data you share, your cell grows. Eventually, if you kind of invite some of your friends to come online, they get their individual cells, and then basically you both can share things in between. Of course, with TNCs applied, there are at times people जो अपनी friend list को public नहीं करते हैं, but then in your control, you are sharing data in between. यहाँ पे पूरी networking हो रही है, and the backbone of this entire setup are these big platforms जिनका पूरा छत्ता है. सोचो, with millions and billions of these cells. Simply speaking, the first advantage is you can connect to other people beyond boundaries. If you just consider about physical or geographical boundaries, आप दुनिया में कहीं भी किसी से कभी भी connect कर सकते हो. Just think about the power of social media. And because you can connect, what happens is you can share information. मतलब अगर दुनिया में कहीं किसी कोने में एक earthquake आया है, आपको तुरंत you can see all the trends going online. If you want to get updated about some latest news happening in, this is at times the fastest medium of communication. And because we're talking about sharing and communication, आप यहाँ पे इन platforms पे खुल के express और share भी कर सकते हो. Think about someone जो शायद in real life is not too kind of comfortable talking to people, but because it's all digital, you can comfortably do all that. And ये सब चीजें if you combine, definitely bring in lots of business opportunities as well. आप connect कर सकते हो to maybe your potential employer and take some advantage there. So benefits तो बहुत सारे हैं, but then हमेशा benefits थोड़ी ना होते हैं. Let's now look into the real deal. So guys, for a fact, let me tell you, जितने मेरे total followers हैं on all social medias combined, शायद उतने ही videos भी बन चुके होंगे. People talking about which was the first social media platform, how can you create your account and get to million followers, or some fact about these platforms. But then again, as it goes with the popular tomato meme, this is tech with TG and it's different. तो मैं आपको ये सब नहीं बताऊंगा. I'm gonna tell you why everyone wants to be on the social media. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है कि suddenly you're getting friend requests from your grandparents, and why suddenly your auntie is trying to post some Instagram stories जो शायद कल तक Instagram use भी नहीं करती थी. I'll tell you the real reason why people are joining this big hive on a daily basis. मनुष्य एक सामाजिक प्राणी है, and because man is a social animal, social media definitely helps solving that thing. हम अकेले नहीं रह सकते हैं. At times we need people around us. On social media it's plethora of people. मतलब जितने गिने उतने कम, and plus हो सकता है people who share some common interests as you do. Maybe in real life you have a few friends, but then you don't talk to them on everything. आपके अपने कुछ personal interests हो सकते हैं जो शायद आपको real life में ना मिले. People with that common interest. On social media, there's no limit to that. We have so much to connect and so much to share. So this is the biggest thing why people are jumping on it on each single day. So here Barney Stinson might be wrong, as a context, but if you talk about principle, he was definitely right on point. Because if you see social media, it definitely, hits all right spots of curiosity that we have within. हमें जानना है what's happening around us. किसने आज क्या कपड़े पहने हैं? Who's at the airport? Who's spotted with which person? किसका क्या relation चल रहा है? What's new in the market? नया product कौन सा आ रहा है? Which is the latest fashion trend? Basically everything. Try going to the bottom of the feed of any of your media platforms. You can't. Because वो कभी खत्म ही नहीं होगी. You just endlessly scroll and what you get is information that you find relevant, the information which you find interesting, the information wherein there's something new for you. And because we always want to consume these things, we always want that हमको सब कुछ पता चल जाए, और अगर कुछ पता ना भी चलना हो, but still अगर वो दिख जाए तो the interest by default ignites, and social media is definitely doing all that to just bring in more and more people इसी group में जुड़ने के लिए. fear of missing out. FOMO मतलब हम कुछ मिस ना कर दें, इस चीज का मन में डर. And because we have this fear, social media, they win. Because if you just think about that, okay, for a week I'm not going to be online on any of these platforms, but the curiosity or kind of the FOMO will not let you do that. आप चाहते हुए या ना चाहते हुए, definitely you will end up on that platform just to see what's happening all around you. Because आपको जानना है कि what your friends are doing. If they're going somewhere, you want to go along. आपको उस फोटो में होना है. I have some friends from Mumbai who work in this media industry. वो बेचारे 6 दिनों तक they work on long shifts of 12 to 14 hours, for continuous 6 days. And finally वो संडे को रेस्ट नहीं करते हैं, सैटरडे को रात को टाइम पे सोते नहीं हैं, because their friends made plans. They need to go at that party और उनको वहाँ पे पार्टी करनी पड़ती है. Just because they want themselves in that photo. That's where the FOMO clicks in. So if you are not on any platform, but आपके friends हैं, तो आप चाहते हुए या ना चाहते हुए, definitely you end up there. Now this one is my personal favorite. मतलब it clearly shows the way human psychology works. आपको क्या लगता है? Why are we exactly on social media? Like irrespective of all these points that I gave you, पहले, the biggest of these is comparison. Is to just see कि where you stand against the competition. अब अगर पड़ोसी ने Rolls Royce को ले लिया है, तो you'd want yours to be a gold-plated one. I mean, I have seen many a times कि लोग post करते हैं travel photos, iconic destinations with hashtag YOLO. Do you really think that they went to these places just for their own fun? For some it's a yes, but for majority it's just because it's a comparison. अब किसी ने अगर ट्रिप लिया है गोवा का, तो you'd want to go to Mauritius maybe. So ये सब चीजें, because as humans you want to do comparisons, you want to establish yourselves कि हाँ आप बाकी सबसे थोड़े ऊपर हो. अब ये काम if you try doing it in your friend circle, तो कोई सुनेगा नहीं और आप सर्कल से बाहर भी निकल जाओगे. But this social media, this online world is the best place to showcase your own things like that. So before you come to me saying that no, I am that genuine rider जिसको बचपन से लद्दाख जाना था, I would say yeah, I mean these trends at times are helpful. कि अगर किसी ने जिम का फोटो डाल दिया है, तो क्या पता उससे कुछ लोगों को मोटिवेशन ही मिल जाए. अब अगर कंपटीशन के चक्कर में आपकी हेल्थ अच्छी हो जाए, तो yeah, I would say social media is definitely good. But guys, with each good comes that negative. I mean, if used nicely, we have all the power because of it. Take example for Twitter, for example, I mean, if some news is being shared, within minutes, it can reach the entire population of the globe. But अगर वो fake ना हो, तो ही उसका फायदा है. And speaking of this, you know where I'm going. After the break, I'm going to talk about few of the negatives, the real negative impacts of social media, जो शायद आपको पता होने बहुत जरूरी है. And I'm not talking about some basic things here. I'm getting super serious right after the break. Hello guys and welcome back to this socially friendly episode of your favorite tech show Tech with TG. My name is Gaurav aka TG और मैं आपको अभी बताने वाला हूँ कि why you need to keep a safe distance from your favorite social media networks because of these following issues. Now this is very important. As per the research, the current generation what we have, which is the Gen Z, is the loneliest generation yet. I mean, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन जब हम मस्तियों में हाथ डाल के घूमा करते थे. And today what we're doing is just sticking to our smartphones. Now this is what happens. The moment you post something, be it a photo, a video or a story, you just refresh the page to see what's the reaction. At times you count the number of likes, read every single comment and be happy about it because हमको मजा आ रहा होता है. We are getting all this validation. सब लोग बड़े तारीफ कर रहे हैं हमारी. They are liking whatever you are sharing. शौक तब लगता है when you step out in your real life and you don't get the same response. और उसका एक reason भी है. Sometimes the reason could be कि online आपने चिल्ला के बोला था डर के आगे जीत है और आपने की थी बंजी जंपिंग. केवल दिखाने के लिए, और पता नहीं उसके पीछे what was the exactly behind the scenes, but when in real life you don't like adventure sports. मैं एक फोटो लाइक कर रहा हूँ, क्यों? Because I want the like from the other end as well. तो मतलब हम ये जो वर्चुअल दुनिया में एक जाल में फंस गए at times. This is a serious problem. I mean, real friends are the ones जहां पे आप एक बंद कमरे में अगर 4-5 दोस्त बैठे हैं, कोई प्लान नहीं है, लाइट गई हुई है, कुछ अच्छा करने को नहीं है, but still you don't get bored. I think that's where real friendship comes in. So my advice to all of you would be to go out, be real in real life, as real as you can be, and create that same version in a digital avatar जो आप करने वाले हो, जो भी आप पोस्ट कर रहे हो, so that there's a balance. Now guys, definitely we have lots of reasons to join social media, and at times it's fun, but if you overdo it, it can be dangerous. And the issue is, burnout. Because at times we have to maintain a certain cycle. हमको एक तरह की image दिखानी होती है. We want to upload, kind of maybe a photo every day or a new reel every day, or want to just write about something. So the crux of the story is, if you are alone and doing all this just for fun, kind of do it in moderation. And if you are a professional and creating content because it is the stuff that you do, better have a team and distribute the work so that the load is not entirely on you and you don't face this mental breakdown. So guys, of all the negatives that I shared so far, this one is really very dangerous. Social media basically acts like an echo chamber. If you come across any post, anything on social media, at times we want to click on that link because maybe there's a nice clickbait attached to it. हमें कुछ ऐसा exciting लग रहा है वो देखना. But you don't know if that thing is genuine or not. What if it's a negative news? What if it's a fake news? What if it's some hateful content? आपके लिए it's just that one click, but your one click can actually amplify that. Recommendation for all of you is, no matter what you see online, always check करते रहो, उसको देखो, समझो and properly analyze using all your brain power कि जो चीज आपने देखी या पढ़ी, क्या वो clickbait थी, क्या वो एक fake news थी, or was it something which was actually genuine? Okay, so guys, in this episode, I have shared a lot about social media. We have discussed multiple things, the pros, the cons, the do's, the don'ts, the goods, the bads, everything. This episode you need to share on all your social media platforms. आप story post करो या पूरी की पूरी video, I don't mind, but this information needs to go out to all the users ताकि उनको समझ में आए कि क्या वो सही कर रहे हैं और कहाँ पे there's a scope of improvement. I am here waiting for all your suggestions, your feedbacks, your questions, whatever you have in mind, just drop in all your love at tg@nd2.com. मैं आपसे मिलता हूँ in the next episode talking about another piece of tech, going full in depth on your favorite show, Tech with TG. That's all for this week. Thank you and have a good day.